Welcome to the Game Professors podcast, where the students have taken over and we profess our love and hate for all things video games. We have not passed away, although Mother Nature has tried over the last month, apparently, to get both of us. Heru's coming off a bit of a sickness, and I was sick a few weeks earlier, and then also had a really awesome game to go to see, so I unfortunately wasn't able to make it work, and we weren't able to find a replacement. So, we're back this week. We're ready to rock and roll. And I'll be gone next week. But we're going to record an episode a little early this time because it's planned. So we'll put something out. Although, just a heads up, anything that comes out kind of at the start of the week probably won't be in that episode. So I'll try to get that in the next one after that when I get back. Anyways, today we have a casual Steam W. Maybe a little bit of an L, and by a little bit of a electrifying L. Xbox and Discord combined their marketing power to become bigger than the sum of their parts. Although I'm not sure really anyone really cares. It seems like the flood is imminent, and Bungie is inundated with some negative news over the last few weeks. We catch up on some older things, including some game leaks that now are currently out, but I still kind of want to discuss what happened, and some things about Mixtape, the controversial game to say the least. Also, if you happen to see Bowie Knife99 on the road in Forza 6, just for the love of God, just pull over. Let that man go and avoid him at all costs. EA set a DRM landmine, and people are now finding it to their own detriment, unfortunately. And if we have some time, we'll discuss how California is helping save games. First, we're going to start with the negative news about Valve's new Steam controller. A Reddit user by the name of Toika posted a warning that their new 2026 Steam controller charging puck caused a short circuit, resulting in sizzling heat and visible sparks. The short occurred when the magnetic charging puck attracted a metallic smartwatch strap, specifically something from the Google Watch family, and bridging the exposed pins in the exact wrong position. The user caught the issue in time to prevent a full fire, though both metal watch strap and the charging puck suffered some cosmetic burn damage and melting. While the user took full responsibility for the accident, Valve's official health and safety manual actually anticipates that exact scenario, so it is not something out of left field. The documentation explicitly warns that the puck contains magnets that may attract metallic items, advertising users to keep it clear of metal to avoid sparks and property damage. Despite the manual's warning, Valve's hardware team has proactively reached out to the user, and as of current reporting, Valve is actively investigating the issue and has requested the damaged hardware back to reproduce the problem and is sending the user a replacement puck. No official recalls have yet to be issued. So, while this is a big bummer, I do like that Valve is taking an active role in it.
Yeah, I was going to say, though, like, has Valve seen a modern, like, gaming desk?
I mean, to be fair, they're not the only ones that have a puck like this. So, my new Pixel Watch has a puck like that it sits in. I think the main difference is that it's way more recessed for my Pixel Watch. So I'm not really too worried about something getting in and hitting those contacts.
Which watch do you have?
I have the 4.
I want to say I have the 3.
Mine charges on the edge. So it's literally a curved reset because the edge of the watch sits in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mine's not. It's literally just 4 spikes that are just like sticking up out of this little puck.
And do you know what your manual says about it? I mean, I feel like I I could just be wishful thinking and putting too much trust in a faceless corporation, but I feel like these types of things could have some sort of short circuit disconnect, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
like, if a circuit's completed and there's not feedback from the watch itself, it cuts the power to the actual charging pins. It doesn't seem like that would be too much to ask for something like this, especially on Valve's really flat one that seems like it could be way more prone to having something like that happen. So I don't know. I'm glad that they're investigating and that the user got a brand new puck, this being a good proactive company. We'll see if anything happens from it or if it was some weird one-off piece.
Yeah, we'll see.
But I don't know. I don't know. I am glad that, they could be doing less. Take a look at any of the other tech problems we've described about various GPUs and MOBOs. And basically a giant middle finger being issued. So it's
True.
at least something. Something that isn't debatable about whether or not it's a win is Valve taking customer service to the next level over a logistics snafu with a Steam controller and issuing a pretty awesome compensation return. So, a major batch of packages handled by the European Union logistics provider GLS was mistakenly misrouted to the United Kingdom instead of their intended destination across mainland Europe, specifically targeting customers in countries like Hungary and Romania. While GLS worked to actively redirect the delayed packages, Steam support agent named Elizabeth reached out to affected buyers to soften the blow. Rather than offering a small store credit or a generic apology or even just a heads up it's going to be late, we're sorry, deal with it, Steam support actually sent out messages offering to add any standard edition game available in the customer's region to their library completely for free. And the message, quote, "To thank you for your patience, we'd like to offer to add a game to your library. Please pick any standard edition title available for purchase in your region and reply here with your selection," end quote.
That's wild.
Wildly good. Because here's the thing.
It's so beneficial.
Yes. And, because there is in no realm that you can expect perfect shipping from anyone. Now, as a whole, from a customer base, you would expect the problems to be a small percentage, right? But it's life. There's roads that get closed down. There's weather. Trucks have problems. There's human error. Things get placed on the wrong truck, i.e. here, incorrect shipping destination, whatever. Stuff like this is going to happen. You can't expect nothing like this to ever happen. However, we've been so trained with bad customer service that all it takes is one free game, and we're all like, this best company in the world.
It's not even just that, because at the end of the day, they're paying for that game, right?
Yeah.
They're only paying for 80% of it, but they're paying for that game.
Sure.
Right? Because if they just hand out a copy, they still have to pay the dev.
Correct. Yep.
Right? So
they're most likely taking a huge loss, assuming somebody picks, let's say, a $40-ish game. Because I'm assuming some people might pick a $20 game and some people might pick a $60 game. So let's just say a $40-ish game, like, they're losing money. That's definitely the overhead for the controller. They're not making $40 on every controller.
Oh yeah, no, definitely not.
So, yeah, something that they didn't have to do. They didn't have to do something to this degree because they could have easily put a limit on it, pick out a free $15 game or less.
Right.
There's plenty of those games that exist on Steam, but no, just above and beyond any standard edition game, no value limit set. I love everything about this. This is why, and I'm doing air quotes for everybody listening, this is why Valve has a monopoly, because they treat their customers well and their customers trust them to make things right when things go wrong. So why go anywhere else?
Valve is the sort of company that it has the leadership currently that all of us will basically give our firstborn children to, right? And then that leadership is going to change in like 20, 30 years. And I hope it does not go downhill.
I'll be interesting to see what happens. I assume, like, you can't leave it to one specific person. So I'm going to assume Gabe's going to do like some sort of committee, type of thing.
You could leave it to one person.
Way more prone to corruption with one person. But anyways, yeah. But look, you can't be worried about the future to the point that you can't enjoy the now, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yes,
for sure.
that's gonna suck. Hopefully things go well, but for now, I mean, this is amazing. Like, in no realm would I ever see any major gaming company going, "Oh, we're sorry we accidentally shipped something that you're still getting." Like, it's not like this thing is gone. You're still getting it. It's just delayed. So there's no way any major game company would be like, "Oh yeah, that Xbox Elite controller, that PlayStation Pro controller, like, yeah, sorry, it's going to be a week late." No, you're not getting anything. Like, you think they'd offer a free full game? You think Sony out here is like, "Yeah, here, take a free full copy of Spider-Man or Ghost of Tsushima, whatever." No, it's not happening.
Mm-hmm.
So I love sharing these stories because they're good stories and they don't always happen. One user, and to be clear here, this isn't just talk. One user did confirm that they were able to secure Forza Horizon 6, which is the new release racing game, which we'll also talk about today. So there was no limits. It didn't have to be a game that was older than 6 months. Nothing. Just anything. And they used it on a brand new released game.
That they were probably going to buy anyways to use their Steam controller with.
Yep. I 100%. Yeah, most likely. Yeah.
Almost guaranteed. That's funny.
Yep. Add a little bit more information because we discussed what their plans are to fight back against inventory wipeout. Valve implemented a strict anti-scalper queue system after the last time we talked. To prevent burner bots accounts from gaming the queue, the accounts must be in good standing and must have a verified Steam purchase history established prior to April 27th, 2026. Orders are strictly limited to one per customer. So, there are restrictions in there to prevent bot accounts, which is nice. I'm not sure how many bot accounts are making purchases, and I'm not sure what purchases, are required. Does a single 1.99 purchase count?
Right.
I have a feeling it doesn't, but obviously I have nothing to corroborate that feeling. So, but they are added. Did you see anything about the Steam controller Easter egg that came out?
Did. I saw somebody mention it somewhere.
Yeah. So essentially it's on cooldown. For anyone that doesn't know, there is a cooldown, like a 5-minute cooldown. So it doesn't happen every time. But if you drop your controller, it plays the infamous Wilhelm scream sound effect. And if you don't know what the Wilhelm scream is, just Google it. Like, I hate saying that, but you can just Google it. It's a death, death scream, death rattle sound effect that has been in countless movies over the years. And because it became so famous, it is now being used less. But it was so ubiquitous at one point, you can find all kinds of montages of it used in various movies from, like, I don't know if far back as the 70s, but at least the 80s and 90s. So, a fun little thing. You drop your controller and it essentially screams its own death. So, but those are the fun things that people enjoy about the products they purchase. So it's nice that it exists.
And before somebody actually drops it off of a 30-foot building or 30-story building.
I hope there's a different sound effect for the length of fall.
Yeah, right. That's exactly what I was thinking. Because
what would be that sound effect for like a really long fall?
Well, eventually you swap from the scream and you go to missile falling whistle effect. Exactly.
I think that's good. I think simpler. I think you go simpler. I think you do the Wilhelm scream still, but if the controller is still alive, it makes moaning death sounds for like 30 seconds straight. Just sitting there, just the controller sitting there on the ground going,
that's funny. You know for a fact that they added this not for if somebody accidentally drops it. Like 100%. They did not add this for the occasional accidental drop. They added this for the people who fucking yeet their controllers across the room out of anger. That's exactly who they added this for.
So hold on. So what you're saying is that this is actually a psychological effect to try to get people to stop eating their controllers,
Maybe.
so that they get less broken, right? Are you saying that they are trying to like give this like Pavlovian training so that you don't necessarily want to hear this sound, and when you hear this sound, you know you've done too much with your controller?
Possibly.
That's some next level conspiracy theory there that I
Really
am
is.
all for. I hope some Valve employee's listening and he goes, he figured it out. Oh man. Either way, fun Easter egg. Alrighty. Xbox and Discord announced a subscription alliance. So they've officially launched a reciprocal cross-perk partnership, including an exclusive Xbox Game Pass Starter Edition tier that is bundled directly into full Discord Nitro subscriptions at no extra cost. The partnership officially went live on May 11th this year, obviously, and is actively being rolled out globally. It gives Nitro subscribers instant access to download and play curated library of about 50 console games and PC games, including things like Fallout 4, Stardew Valley, Hades, Grounded, DayZ, Deep Rock Galactic, Overcooked 2, City Skylines, Dishonored 2, Gears of War 5, and Doom Eternal, which are some pretty good games, although not necessarily brand new stuff. While the standard standalone Game Pass Edition tier provides unlimited streaming, the Nitro Starter Edition caps Xbox Cloud Gaming at 10 hours per month. So this will not replace the actual Game Pass subscription if you are playing more than 10 hours a month, which, if you want to break that down, that's about 20 minutes a day. So, yeah. But, you can still have fun, right?
So the average dad of 3. That's who this is for.
You're not wrong. If you only got 10 hours, if you only got let's say 3 days a month that you can put in about 3 hours to play, then yeah, this is about perfect for you.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. The whole 10-hour limit thing is so bonkers to me.
I mean, NVIDIA, I don't remember exactly we talked about what the hour limit was, but NVIDIA did something similar recently.
Yeah, it was like 100 hours, I think.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know, man. I mean, we've said it a billion times. You'll own nothing and you'll like it.
Pretty much. Which is what, the Stop Killing Games thing is all about. So, we want to be able to play our stuff, especially if we are buying it and it's not clear that essentially what you're getting is a license. But that's a whole different discussion we can get into later. But I do agree with you. The deal does go both ways, and in May 2026, existing standalone Xbox Game Pass subscribers will also automatically begin receiving premium Discord ecosystem benefits. Game Pass users will receive 250 Discord orbs monthly and a permanent 1.2 times multiplier on Discord quest progression and automated discounts applied straight to the Discord shop. So,
why?
What's that?
But why?
I mean, you're the Discord fanboy. Don't you love those delicious orbs?
I didn't even know those existed.
Are you not doing your daily quests?
God, no. Hold on, how many orbs do I have? 500.
I think I actually have more orbs than you.
That's probable.
I have 5,100 orbs.
Jesus.
I don't remember how I got these. Oh, you know what it was? When they would pop up something to get orbs, I would just wait until I was like taking a bathroom break or something, and I would just click on it because it would like play a trailer.
Oh yeah.
Or whatever, and I just click on it as I left to go do something and then came back.
That's ridiculous.
But yeah.
No, but actually, I mean, I've had Discord Nitro for a very long time. In fact, I've had Discord Nitro since 2023. I found it. But the only reason
I can get a cat ears for my avatar.
Yep. The only reason that I have Discord Nitro is because it allows me to use server emotes in DMs. That's the whole reason. Now, granted, the ability to upload higher quality pictures is also Pog.
I mean, that's fair. I did not continue my Nitro because I don't use it enough.
I know. I can never get this guy to actually message me back.
What? I message back when I can.
In 3 days.
Enable.
3 to 5 business days.
Look, okay, I don't want to just reply with a yes when I can't actually give a message the attention it deserves, okay? And then I sometimes forget, all right? Look, I have a message from my aunt, and I'm sorry, Aunt, I love you, who has sent me a message 2 days ago that I've yet to reply to just because I have it. I have to have a conversation, and I don't want to start the conversation until I'm ready to have it.
You know, I said 3 to 5 business days, and I guarantee everybody chuckled. They're like, there's no way he's that bad. And then you just proved you are.
Can't deny it. What am I going to lie? All the people that know me are like, yeah, that's true. Look, I'm sorry, okay? I don't like to just perpetually be texting, and I have to have the ability to have a conversation. I don't just want to reply if I'm just saying yes to just get something back. Why? Why do that? Why just glance at something and just be like, that's cool, without actually experiencing the thing? I want to experience the thing people send me, okay? It's actually because I respect your time too much, okay? That's the reason it takes me so long, is because I want to give you the effort and focus that you deserve.
I see. Yeah, you can just hit me with a thumbs up sometimes. I'd be fine with that. I'm not even joking.
But it's the same thing. I'm just replying to reply. Like, what's the point of that?
Because Discord, despite being one of the most popular messaging platforms in the world, still does not have red notifications.
Oh, you just want to know? Okay, I will reply with, I have seen, we'll check later. I'm just going to put that on my clipboard.
At that point, just put a thumbs up.
No, actually, I'm just going to reply with red.
Honestly, I'm fine with that.
All right, anybody out there, put it in the comments. Do you reply just because you want to make sure someone has seen that you have replied? Or do you at least try to actually look at the message before you reply back?
It's going to be the former.
Yeah, well, I don't know until people put it in the chat. Sure. I don't know what you want from me. Don't you shake your head at me. All right, I'm going to move on before I get on my soapbox again. Anyways, that was just the intro. We didn't even get past this first segment. All right, let's get into business and econ. All right. As always, we're in over our head when it comes to the big numbers on a spreadsheet, but we are talking today about Bungie having some major issues and Sony making poor decisions. So, can Destiny 2 and Marathon coexist? As we'll find out, due to a recent update, the answer is no. However, the initial segment here, Sony reports a staggering $765 million impairment loss. So on May 8th, Sony's full year's earning report revealed a total accumulated impairment loss of $765 million against a $3.6 billion acquisition of Bungie, aka not worth what they paid. This includes a previous reported $204 million impairment charge from quarter 2. That was from Destiny 2 missing revenue targets, combined with a massive $565 million write-down in quarter 4. This is a severe financial blow. While it isn't a lost cash scenario, it is an official accounting declaration that Bungie's value has severely degraded. The asset write-down directly contributed to a 41.6% drop in PlayStation 4's quarter 4 operating income. As of May 16th, Sony has clarified it does not expect further major impairment losses for Bungie in fiscal year 2026, signaling they believe the studio's valuation has stabilized for now. That is a massive amount of money to be lost.
I'm glad I sold my Sony stock.
I look, a lot of people when they made this purchase were like, really? Because like Bungie was kind of doing fine on their own and they didn't have anything necessarily crazy, and this just seemed like a panic buy purchase to offset Microsoft buying Activision.
Right. Didn't Bungie just like sell off Halo too? Like
No,
before this?
the history is that Bungie basically threatened to walk. All of the talent of the studio threatened to walk. So Microsoft at the time, before they, I guess when the gaming division had more empathy, let's say, said, okay, well, instead of you walking, how about we compromise? We will keep the Halo property and we will release Bungie Studio. And I assume, because I haven't gone into the financial details, that Bungie essentially bought itself from Microsoft, minus the Halo property, is essentially what happened back in the day. Because again, all of the major people at Bungie were like, we're going to leave if you don't let us go. So yeah, they that's what happened initially. That's why Bungie was independent, because they didn't want to be under Microsoft's control, because they wanted to be independent. And then we now get to hear where they, I guess, allow themselves to be purchased by Sony. And then we'll get into it a little bit later, but then a bunch of the people are surprised that they shut down Destiny 2's development and have basically canceled it. So, yay, good luck on making your own freedom of choices and decisions, and instead you can make the marathons of the world that, allow the studio to lose almost $800 million in value.
Yep.
So
that's insane.
To be clear here, part of this is from Destiny 2 not getting as much revenue, but they also haven't given any content updates for like 600 days or something ridiculous.
Jeez.
And on top of that, Marathon has not been a success for the amount of value that it cost to make. Currently, I think I see that they're hovering around like 10K users on Steam, which has been reported by Forbes to be their primary selling platform. And for a AAA live service game, 10K is not going to cut it. So now an indie game, sure, totally fine.
Yeah.
But for a game that supposedly before marketing had a budget of $250 million or potentially more, it's not going to cut it. That's a lot of money going down the drain.
Yeah.
So
I feel like these big companies, they don't know how to let an IP grow like organically.
No, they try to
right?
force these things.
Yeah.
They try to force them, then they go with like, here's the thing, you already had Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why not do your Destiny 3, and while you're doing Destiny 3, if you want the PUBG survival battle royale game, just make a Destiny version of it. Like, why go this marathon route? Again, I'm not a huge fan of the art style. That's me personally, but considering they're down to 10,000 users, I'm not sure a lot of other people are into the art style / what the game is offering. So, like, the Destiny already had a really good look. You can have the characters go in and have power pickups, right? There's a whole unique thing that you can do where you could combine a base character archetype with powers that it's not supposed to have because they're map pickups now. So you can actually add a little bit of flair and interest to it.
Yeah, it's so dumb because people see like PUBG kind of exploded out of nowhere, right? Great, who cares? And some other games did too, but Fortnite did not. Fortnite was not originally a battle royale.
It was not. No.
And so many people don't know that. It was originally a team-based survival game. It was like builder survival. Wave-based.
It was zombie apocalypse, wave, horde mode type stuff that you had to continuously build a base between and like put up traps and stuff. Because that's where the building mechanics come from, is that first iteration of the game.
And now the most popular version of the game is no build mode, which I just find hilarious.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people who are like, I just want to shoot somebody. To clarify, I keep saying 10,000. It did have a peak today of like 11,500. So, a little more over what I said.
How dare you lie to us?
But that is currently kind of what it's been hovering around, that 11 to 12K mark for the last, 2 weeks. And even before that, it had a high of like 16K for the 2 weeks before that. So you're on that back end and you've got problems for sure. And if you compare that to something like PUBG, which has been out for many, many, many years, they have, as of right now, it's on its downturn right now, 100,000. And it peaks daily at around 700K.
Yep. It's insane.
So you have problems. Like you got your own issues here. Oh man.
And I don't even think it has to do with the content of the game by any stretch of the imagination. I think you're trying to shove a wedge into an already full pile of shit for that genre. Like there's already a ton of extra crap in there.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I mean, dude, there's like I could envision me getting into a Destiny battle royale. Like, I mean, think about it. They have all of the dungeons, right, that are puzzle type stuff. I mean, how interesting would it be that instead of a generic closing circle, if towards the end you had to do puzzle-like stuff to stay alive? Like, so you're incorporating already existing Destiny mechanics into the battle royale mode. I mean, you could have drop away platforms at the end. You could have portal doors that you have to take that could potentially lead you into an immediate fight with somebody. There's all kinds of interesting mechanics that you could have extrapolated out instead of going this other route. It's just a bummer. It's a missed opportunity. So and I promise we're getting to the news about the end of Destiny's 2 development. But I will point out here that Forbes journalist Paul Tassi on May 9th actually speculated that the studio was too big to actually support the two lackluster, or the two on life support live service games, and that they would have massive layoffs. And he was proven right. So it just makes me laugh that kind of everyone could see the writing on the wall here. To clarify, because I do have the fact here, it was basically 2 years since the last PvP map they added. So if you're not getting any content, why are people going to play? Oh, yeah. Man. So, Destiny 2 has ended, or Bungie has ended Destiny 2's active development and laid off a bunch of people. So Bungie officially confirmed that active live service development for Destiny 2 will conclude with one final major update titled Moment of Triumph, which seems a dubious name at best.
Monument.
Yeah. Which, Monument of Triumph. Either way, my point still stands. It doesn't seem like the right name with this news.
It's like making a statue of a tyrant king.
You're not wrong. A monument to failure, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
It will release June 9th of this year All future expansions and seasonal content drops have been entirely canceled, and it marks the end of a 12-year era for the Destiny franchise. The game itself is not shutting down. The servers will remain online, which is usually what happens, but will transition into a permanent, fully playable maintenance mode, much like the original Destiny. So, not good for anyone who's a Destiny fan and was hoping for more. According to reports from the Game Post, almost all of Bungie's staff were completely unaware that Destiny 2 was ending development until the announcement went live, which shows you have a great internal structure in the studio when your internal people are hearing about it from a public announcement. Now, I get wanting to restrict information so it doesn't leak, but you would think at least the day of a company-wide meeting, email, or something would go out just to be like, hey, you're going to see this on the news today. We're letting you know ahead so you don't see it publicly that this is happening. But no, they don't get that, which just seems like a culture shift that the studio used to not have. It highlights a massive disconnect between Bungie and management and its development teams who were actively working on the game right up to this basically announcement, assuming that more content was going to be delivered, which is a bummer for them because, hey, all that work you've been putting into, nothing's going to happen. Oh, man.
It's
ridiculous. It's absolutely obnoxious. And this doesn't instill good karma for the studio, good reputation. Like, why would you want to go work at the studio when you're going to be kept in the dark about things that directly relate to your job, and you'll find out about them publicly? So they are preparing for significant layoffs as part of the studio's broader transition. According to Bloomberg's Jason Schreier, Destiny 3 is not in active production, which means Marathon is it. So they're not supporting Destiny 2. They're not making Destiny 3. Apparently they're all in on Marathon, which I'm not going to be a dead horse, but anyways, Bungie did not begin work on the sequel after the final shape due to the enormous financial costs associated with building and supporting a brand new life service title. Yeah, you probably should have just worked on Destiny 3. These impending cuts are seen as a direct consequence of Sony attempting to recoup lost ground from its massive $3.6 billion acquisition of the studio in 2022. Sony executives recently reviewed Bungie's financials and stepped in after seeing rising development costs, continuously missed internal targets, and severely declining player engagement. Oh goodness, have we discussed that today? Bungie's primary internal focus is now fully shifting to Marathon, and few staff members are pitching new concepts set in the Destiny universe, but nothing has been greenlit. So again, they got away from Microsoft to have freedom and sold themselves to a different major company that forced them down a path they didn't want to necessarily, from the rumors, and is now forcing the studio to lay off to recoup costs. So you went from a bad situation to an independent situation back to essentially the exact same situation. Why?
Yeah, I mean, the evil you know versus the evil you don't.
Yep.
Like, you got away. You did it. You made a huge name for yourself when it comes to Halo.
Even Destiny.
Even Destiny. And then you separated from Microsoft, and then you're like, we don't know how to do this. Sony, help us. Like, what?
Just make Destiny 3. You made Destiny 1. You made Destiny 2. Just make Destiny 3.
Yeah, I don't get it, man.
It drives me nuts. Like, why go through these crazy decisions? And again, we talked about it. You could have had a cool game mode of basically what Marathon is, but Destiny themed, that people probably would have enjoyed. I would bet to a better degree than Marathon, at least.
I mean, the question comes down to, where did that $3.6 billion go, right? Whose pocket did it end up in?
Yeah, I don't know who is who has control over the studio. Yeah, I don't know if it was I don't think it was publicly traded, but I don't know.
I don't
for
think so
certain.
either. But like that's my guess is that right. It was probably some board, like board of directors or something that was running it, or like a couple of co-founders or whatever when they separated, and they had full control of the company. Maybe
I would bet you're right. I'm gonna take a look here and see if I can figure out who owns it. But in the meantime, that final update is supposedly a love letter to the community, refreshing core systems to make the game infinitely replayable, which is at least a good move. They are adding replayable boss challenges modes. The classic Destiny 1 currency is coming back, which is the legendary marks. Players will earn them by competing global triumphs and spend them on free armor and ornaments, weapon engrams and accessories, which again is a finite resource because they're not developing any new content. And on June 9th, all past Destiny 2 content packs, expansions, and dungeon keys will be permanently marked down and bundled into a singular purchase called Destiny 2 Collection. Because you still got to get your money.
Mhm.
Yeah, so by the way, so my speculation is correct. Bungie did negotiate to buy back themselves from Microsoft in 2007. And they were completely independent in 2010. With a 10-year publishing agreement with Activision to fund and distribute Destiny. Bungie retained full ownership of both their studio and the Destiny IP until the Sony buyout. But I don't know who actually received the money. But go look that up, put it in the comments, because that's who you have to complain about. So,
Pretty much.
alrighty. Well, that's all I have for my rants in this section. Let's move on to some lab work. All right, lab work, where we analyze some recent releases, and this one isn't quite as recent as we would have liked because we missed a couple weeks. But Mixtape, the game that got a whole bunch of press, but nobody played, and by nobody I mean I think they hit a maximum concurrent user of like 250. So.
Wow.
Let me see here. Let me double check this. Yeah, they had a 24-hour peak of 162. So, keep in mind, the game came out May 7th, and the all-time peak was 2,000. It did hit 2,000. I do apologize.
Right, fair enough.
I missed a digit. But 2,000 is still not great for a game that was supposedly receiving 9s and 10s across the gaming journalist landscape. So, why didn't it get more people? I mean, Claire Obscura was getting 9s and 10s, and they blew up and exploded and sold millions of copies. So, why didn't this game do the same? Well, let's get into some of the interesting things about this, and we'll get into some of the gameplay a little later, because I do want to talk to you about that, because this is a narrative game. So, naturally, it's not going to retain the same audience as a Claire Obscura would be. I do acknowledge that. However, there are plenty of narrative games that exist out there. We literally talked about Dispatch this year that do hit way higher numbers with the same level of attention because way better games. Anyways, that's my opinion. We'll get into it. So, it's a stylized 1980s, 90s coming-of-age narrative adventure tracking a teenager named Stacy Rockford and her friends through high school memories entirely framed around a curated, licensed soundtrack. Now, this game, developed by Beethoven and Dinosaur, is supposedly and pitched as an indie game. Now, Heru, do you think an indie game would be able to get a star-studded, high-profile, like really well-known song soundtrack?
No.
Unlikely, but maybe. Maybe you know the right people
Possible.
or anything like that. Now, what if I told you that they had the rights to those songs in perpetuity? Yeah. So anyone that doesn't know out there, you have to license music, aka you gotta pay money for it, right? So more often than not, the longer you pay for a license, the much higher money it's going to cost. A 1-year license is way cheaper than a 10-year license, which is way cheaper than an however long you want license, aka indefinite. And to give you an idea, Grand Theft Auto, aka, I feel like it's safe to say, if not one of the biggest gaming franchises ever out there, minus Star Citizen, also most likely the biggest budget of all time, right? Like, oh, I got to. They just hit $1 billion in funding.
I know.
Supposedly, the rumors are like $750 million to make Grand Theft Auto 6, right? So a lot of money being thrown around. If anyone's going to have it, it's going to be Grand Theft Auto. Well, Grand Theft Auto pays for a 10-year license on music.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, not paying in perpetuity. I mean, the soundtrack had Iggy Pop, Smashing Pumpkins, Devo, and a bunch of other like actual, somewhat big artists. And the financial capital required to buy these forever licenses for especially major 90s hits obviously raised a bunch of eyebrows. Gamers noted that Annapurna is how I'm going to describe that, Interactive, isn't a scrappy indie company, as it was founded and owned by Megan Ellison, which is the daughter of tech billionaire Larry Ellison, which is one of the richest men in the world. And for these types of licensing agreements, the entire soundtrack alone could be $13 million.
That's ridiculous. That's already more than Expedition 33.
Yes. What is the development of Dispatch? How much did Dispatch cost? Because I would venture a guess that Dispatch could not have fit $13 million worth of song licenses into its budget. And that's from a game company that has been making games pretty consistently that isn't necessarily a huge company.
Its estimated total is in the low single-digit millions.
Yes. So again, this potential cost is more than the budget of Dispatch, which again is another narrative title. So I have a huge problem with this game having for this alone, I have a huge problem with this game having the indie moniker, which if you don't have the indie moniker, you need to get way less rope, right? Like you can't, things can't be as excused. If you're throwing around this amount of money, that means you chose to throw this money at big name soundtracks, because you could have probably hired some independent artists for way cheaper to make a custom soundtrack for your quote unquote indie game if you wanted to be a little bit more budget conscious. So when I look at this game, I'm going to be way less forgiving considering you have this money to throw around. So I just find the whole thing obnoxious just from this point alone.
Yeah. I mean
they
that
sent,
is just their developer, though, right?
Sure, but they sent pretty expensive promotional care packages with like full-on merch and I'm pretty sure pressed records to a bunch of different game journalists to do unboxings.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, we'll get into it. But like I said, like major gaming outlets, which I haven't made it clear here, I'm not a big IGN fan, and I disagree with a lot of the reviews, but IGN gave it a 10 out of 10. So supposedly, this game is perfect, right? That's what a 10 out of 10 is. Or it's at least the perfect amount of fun you can have. Because I've always said I'd be willing to give a game a 10 out of 10, even if it has a couple issues, if it's about some of the best gaming experiences I've ever had, right? So that's, to me, a 10 out of 10 indicates there isn't, and if there is, they are so far and few between, there isn't an experience much better than this one, right? So, keep that in mind as we go. Anyways, I did throw this in here just as a small little controversy. This isn't a big one to be here. This is a little bit nitpicky, but I just found it funny. So, the game is called Mixtape. There's a cassette on the cover. It's supposed to be in the 80s, 90s. So, again, you're on the cassette type of range, right? So they pull them in and out in the game. There are errors with the cassettes that they have in the game. The at one point a character tries to rewind it with a pencil, but while using the pencil to control the right analog stick. However, players who are from an older generation quickly understood that there's errors with trying to do this. So the top edge of the cassette casing is completely solid, so there's no cutout holes for the tape to actually be read, so you can't see the ribbon of the tape. The cassette labels are upside down relative to how the tape spools are supposed to operate. The UI instructs the player to rotate the stick counterclockwise, but doing so on the right hub would physically loosen the tension of the tape, which would cause the cassette tape to just like spool out essentially and loosen. And winding the tape with a pencil was historically used to salvage, loosen, or eaten tape ribbons. Using it to fully rewind an entire tape would take an immense, impractical amount of time compared to using a tape player. I just put this in here because essentially the game is kind of built around this, and it doesn't seem like they did any research into how cassettes actually operate.
Yeah, that's insane to me.
I mean, if you didn't grow up in this generation and you were putting a theme around it, don't you feel like you might go buy a cassette somewhere just from like eBay to get it in your hands and just be like, how does this work? Does this function?
Or Google it?
Or Google it? Yeah, anything.
Ask your dad?
Yeah, ask your dad. Somebody. Again, this is a little bit more nitpicky, but I just found it funny and kind of indicative of the whole kind of experience. So, I had Heru watch this scene before we started recording because I cannot do what was included in the game justice. So at one point, there is a flashback sequence that follows Stacy experiencing a highly awkward first kiss with her high school flame Colin. The game sets up the standard visual style shift into a hyper-detailed graphic internal close-up shot from inside the character's mouth. The game is in a more animated style. Think Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse kind of art style. And so it's shifting to this tongue mini game as a hyper detailed graphical internal close-up shot of the character's mouth. So it's a drastic shift. The player is given control over both characters' tongues simultaneously, using the controller inputs to navigate the kiss, featuring fully rendered moving saliva particle effects.
Somebody had too much fun with this.
Dude, too much fun? Somebody had a kink and fucking made a mini game. Is what it was.
I said too much fun. My statement stands.
BAFTA called it the Mortal Kombat of kissing. The creative director, Johnny Galvatron, Galvatron, oh my god, confirmed that the team explicitly aimed for a Ren and Stimpy gross out style vibe to capture the true embarrassment of teenage intimacy. The technical director found the wet, squelching audio design so revolting during production that he swapped the files with placeholder bird and nature sounds while coding just to get through the work week.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
And
actually.
I will remind listeners out there, these are underage characters. These are characters that are
kissing.
Not
Don't care.
Sure. But this is such a visceral description of this whole thing, dude. And we both just agree that somebody had a kink here and lived out their fantasy with these characters. Dude, this is too much. You literally watched it and said that was gross. I wish I hadn't seen it. This is too much.
I said I didn't want that visual representation. Didn't want that.
Okay, that's not that far off from what I just said. Anyways, point being, it gets the point across that it's uncomfortable and gross and awkward, sure. But again, I don't think anything had to go this far. There are way more ways that you can illustrate an awkward kiss that doesn't have to have this obnoxious, over-the-top, visceral, whoever designed this scene getting their rocks off gameplay. And I'm doing gameplay in air quotes. Because we'll get into it, but this is about the most gameplay you get out of the game is this fucking scene. Which is insane. Oh my goodness. Anyways, so speaking of gameplay, okay, there's almost none of it in this supposed game. So Heru.
Mm-hmm.
Dispatch is also a narrative game. We talked about how a lot of the times the QTEs, you can't really fail, right? So I feel like the games are not apples and oranges. This is pretty close to an apple-to-apple comparison. Narrative games, both of them have sequences that you can't fail. We'll get into mixtapes here in a second. But are there actual gameplay elements in Dispatch, including ones that you can fail?
Yes, though I would say the majority of that game is effectively a mobile game.
Sure. Are there any sections, and by sections I mean gameplay sections, so non-conversational sections, in which you can just set the controller or mice down and it will continue without you?
Technically? Every shift, right?
No, they fail, right? If you were to just stop doing
it'll still
things,
continue, though.
no, but it fails, right? So you can't continue the game without playing it.
Right.
Right? So there are gameplay sections that require your input, or else the game goes, yeah, you're not doing anything. You fail. Try again.
Yeah.
And you have to do it, right? And then from there, in that gameplay section, you do have to make choices. You have to select an actual character to go on a mission. If there's something pops up in the middle of it, you have to select an action for that character to do. And you can fail those missions that you send characters on. If you pick the wrong character or willfully send bad characters, those quote-unquote missions will fail, right? So there is some gameplay, even the hacking thing, right? If you just set the controller down and just sits there, the hacking sequence isn't going to fail. Now, there is a setting you can turn on that will auto-hack for you. That does exist, but it's a choice. It's a setting. Outside of that, the gameplay is there for you to do the hacking minigame, which again requires your input. So, that being said, a huge chunk of this 2.5-hour game, mind you. So this game's only 2.5 hours for I forgot what the cost is, like $20. I feel like the game costs around $20. It's only a 2.5-hour experience, which is definitely less than Dispatch. So, outside of that, you don't have to play it. You can just watch it. This feels like it should have been a movie. So, specifically, it started popping up on Steam forums, Reddits. People started posting videos on social media, where your input isn't required and the scene continues without you. So, even though the game is displaying prominent QuickTime events, which again, this type of thing is going to be similar to Dispatch, but Dispatch has its own gameplay elements, which this one has the tongue thing, I guess, and action prompts and steering cues on screen, but it is physically impossible to fail them. So if a player sets the controller down entirely, the game simply plays itself and continues moving forward. You don't have to do anything. Someone posted a 5-minute proof of concept sequence that highlighted an entire gameplay segment that finished itself flawlessly with zero input. There's a shopping cart joyride scene where the game's opening sequence features characters barreling down a hill in a shopping cart with heavy button prompts to steer and spin, and choosing to do absolutely nothing results in the cart completing the run seamlessly with zero negative consequences or crashes.
Can you intentionally crash, or does it also... Can you fail to crash, basically?
Yeah, you cannot choose to fail it, no.
That's hilarious. You can't even intentionally run into a wall.
I mean, I think you can intentionally run into stuff, but it just goes. You just, hit it and spin out or whatever. So, nothing stops you.
Yeah, you spin out, but you keep going.
Yeah, well, things happen in the sequence. Like if you don't do a prompt, I know specifically we'll get into the running sequence, the character stumbles, right? But they just keep going. So it has no active impact other than seeing a little bit of a stumble. So there is an auto running sequence, the sequence called American Ninja Stacy, where there's an obstacle course featuring the main character auto running on a strict rail while players can button press to jump, slide, and earn optional achievement and trophies. Ignoring the button prompts entirely has no impact on the progression. Stacy will stumble and fail, but you can never get a game over screen. I have a problem with this.
Yeah, I mean it's not really a game.
So considering the game can be completed in 2 to 3 hours,
That's
you
kind of
can't fail it. The one sequence you can fail is the fucking tongue sequence, by the way.
That's where all their budget went, man.
Dude, fucking obnoxious. So my point here, there are plenty of narrative games that exist. The Walking Dead series, which is an older series, but if you look it up, it's well known, well documented, well loved. It was a very good narrative series. Dispatch, narrative game. People loved it, got great reviews, was in a lot of Game of the Year lists. I absolutely adored it. There are segments you can fail, like throughout the game, and not just one sequence. So, and there are story consequences, right? Like if you don't pick the right thing necessarily, it'll just auto choose something for you, and so you'll have a story consequence. You didn't get to pick the character you wanted. Everything here for this 2 to 3 hour experience indicates to me that they wanted to make a movie, and instead somebody had a vision for a game. So instead they made a movie and put in the minimal amount of effort, minus the weird tongue scene, to be classified as a game. I literally saw someone make a post defending the game, saying this is my favorite sequence. And the sequence was a car joyride scene where there's music going on, and the button inputs you're doing are basically causing the character to tap her hand on the outside of the car to the beat, and then a character in the back seat turning on and off a light with her fingers. That's the gameplay. And that's what I saw being defended.
So I'm confused. I'm just gonna rattle off some numbers and names of publications real quick. Okay. Game Informer, 9 out of 10. GameSpot, 9 out of 10. Games Radar Plus, 4 out of 5. Hardcore Gamer, 4 out of 5. IGN, 10 out of 10. Talked about that already. Nintendo Life, 9 out of 10. PC Gamer, 74 out of 100. Push Square, 9 out of 10. Shack News, 9 out of 10. The Guardian, probably the most accurate one, 3 out of 5. Video Games Chronicle, 5 out of 5. Metacritic, a lowest score of 82, which was on the Nintendo Switch 2, and a highest score of 92. And OpenCritic has 93% recommended. What is happening?
Dude, like I said, they sent out expensive care packages. Like, I'm going to put on my own conspiracy theory hat. Considering that a billionaire is behind this, I feel like a lot of money exchanged hands to get these reviews. I wouldn't doubt it
for a second. But the thing is... And I was curious about this because I went down the whole conspiracy theory while you were explaining everything just now, right? So I already lived out this whole conspiracy theory in my head, to be clear.
Yep. Okay.
So I dug a little bit deeper because I have heard of Annapurna Interactive in the past. They have some pretty good games, namely Stray.
Yeah.
Stray is an amazing game. Like, when I say amazing, one of the few games I would give a 10 out of 10. However, they also have
now that
already...
would be the publisher, though, not the developer.
Correct. Yeah. The Stray was made by Blue 12 Studio, who's, if anyone's wondering. However, they have published a game from Beethoven and Dinosaur already once. It is called The Artful Escape. I've never even heard of this thing, but it has relatively similar numbers, but not quite as amazing.
Supposedly amazing.
Yeah, I know. But when I say not quite as amazing, I'm saying basically across the board, it got like 8 out of 10s instead of 9 out of 10s, right?
Sure, yeah.
Like very, very close. And that's why I'm sitting here and I'm like, what is happening? I'm confused.
I have a major problem here because like I already said, I feel like a lot of these reviews have kind of been, I feel like not naturally received, and that they've somehow been coerced. Because let's take even the best case scenario, and let's say these people actually loved this game. Okay, let's Let's say that is true. Okay. It's a $20 game. How are you justifying to me, if from the gaming universe, a 2.5 hour experience for a game that you have to do very little to input in, that has very little replay value in any way, for that cost, and still telling me it's a perfect game? Even if you loved everything else, which I've already made kind of my points, my views on this game clear. Even if you loved everything else, how are you justifying the cost for this game and for this amount of experience you're getting?
So, unfortunately, as a game, you're getting fuck all. However, as a movie, you're getting more than you bargained for.
Are you?
Yes, there are plenty of movies out there that are still $20 to this day if you want to buy a physical copy.
All
Or
of
even
those exist
a
on
digital
streaming services,
copy.
though.
Yes. Is Steam considered a streaming service at the end of the day?
No, because you have to pay You have to pay per each game.
Right, but you can, for example, buy a movie on Amazon Prime Video for $20.
Sure, but people don't nowadays. That's the thing.
Right, but it's still an option, is what I'm saying.
You're not wrong, but
And I know plenty of people who do.
But let's play out this comparison, right? So let's say the average Call of Duty campaign is 6 hours, right? You are essentially, because $60 Call of Duty game, you're essentially paying Call of Duty game prices for a game that doesn't have zombies nor any multiplayer whatsoever. And how many people would be okay with spending $60 for only a Call of Duty campaign? Now, not a narrative experience. I get it. Different type of campaign. But similar level of time investment for cost. How much time did you put into Dispatch?
I'd have to pull it up, but
8 hours? 10 hours?
I think so. Yeah, I think it was around 8 or 10.
And not on sale, that game is $30.
Yeah.
You still got more value out of Dispatch than you got out of this. Than you would get out of this.
I mean, so you said 2.5 hours. People just really bad at video games?
Why?
Because I'm looking at a ton of Steam reviews right now, right? And I'm seeing 4 hours, 9 hours, 6 hours. I'm like, what are you doing?
Well, keep in mind though, if the game's open technically.
Steam, I know.
So,
but it's still just funny to me.
But yeah, so I can't get behind any of these. It's not a game. It's a movie. There's one gameplay element where you control two different grotesque tongue fighting mode that lasts for a very short period of time. And outside of that, it's not a game in any way.
Yeah. It's really not.
I mean, it just and the reason I'm picking on this, okay, because there's a lot of people out there that feel that this game was only made to get a message across, which I'm not confirming or denying that may be the case. My biggest complaint is this can't be supported because then this is the value and types of things we get. And I can't agree with that. If you're going to make a game, you have to give me some sort of gameplay elements. If you're going to make a game, you have to be able to fail. You can't make a game in which there is 0 ways for you to fail unless you're making it a secondary option so people can choose for themselves.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what message it would be even trying to get across.
I mean, I can get into it if you want, but I don't feel like I need to.
I mean,
at the moment,
so
but
the one thing that we've mentioned so far, right, is the awkwardness of teenage intimacy.
Well, that's the telling of age story, but there's other things in the narrative story itself.
That's fair. But I'm just sitting here like, was teenage intimacy that awkward? I didn't feel like it was.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's movies. There's movies have existed for every generation, literally describing that thing. So.
I mean, I know. It's just, maybe that's why I just can't relate.
That's fair. Yeah, not for you. It's not for you. But yeah, so this is my biggest complaint about it. I can't agree with the good scores for this. I don't want to support something like this being the norm. It's not an indie game. It shouldn't get any breaks. There's $1 billion person behind it, essentially, and they threw their money around to get the soundtrack as is. So, yeah, not a fan of what this is and what this kind of indicates for the industry. So, also I pulled this up because I did want to point out that for all of the perfect reviews that it has, okay, comparing it to another narrative experience, it peaked at 2,245 players. It sits at 3 weeks later a peak of 162. Dispatch launched in end of October, okay, and peaked at 220,000 and has a 24-hour peak over half a year later at 1,200.
Yeah. I mean, I'm even confused by the Steam reviews, because like Steam reviews are at 86% positive too.
Yeah. Apparently, word of mouth doesn't do you anything if it's not natural. But, I don't know, man. If this was truly the experience that people are trying to get us to believe, why didn't more people hop in after the fact? Why didn't this game explode? We see it countless of times with other games. And I'm not saying it had to get to 220,000 experience. It's only a 2.5 hour experience. People do it, they're done. So how did it not maintain at least that 2,000 player peak for an extended period of time as people hear about it, pick it up, try it out, hear about it, pick it up, try it out, hear it up, pick it up, try it out. It should have at least maintained that number, but it never did. So I don't know. Doesn't seem organic to me. Again, I'm not gonna beat this to a dead horse, but if you played Mixtape and you liked it, comment why you liked it and defend and to me your position of how it's a game.
Nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah, it got 10 out of 10s because of nostalgia.
Well, I'm more so targeting the Steam reviews. Nostalgia. Like literally every single review that I'm like quickly reading through here is like things I've forgotten about my childhood, reminded me of such and such, brought back memories of such and such. Yeah, just rose-colored glasses.
I mean, all I'm saying is that it has 6,248 reviews and it couldn't even beat that number in concurrent players.
Yeah.
So, I just don't disagree. If you think that, concurrent players not going to always review, go look at the ratio for Dispatch of amount of reviews to amount of people that were playing it. Like the ratio here doesn't make sense or add up. Anyways, alrighty. Moving on from this game that has already died to Shop Class. All right, heading down to Shop Class. The tech tools we're taking a look at today are old and dead zombie DRM. So, Dead Space 2. You were you a fan, Heru? Did you ever play it? I know you're not really a horror game guy.
Yeah, not really.
So, you ever watch anyone play it? You ever experience it?
Bits and pieces.
I mean, I love Dead Space 2. I'll get into it at some point in time, but I had a great college experience with this with a bunch of people in my dorm room. So, I'll get into that story another time, but love Dead Space 2. Absolutely love it. Anyways, EA's getting some backlash at the moment from consumer rights advocates, especially in the PC gaming community, for continuing to sell a broken version of it on Steam that can permanently lock players out. So, released in 2011, so quite a while ago, it's still on sale when Steam doesn't have sales for $20. And it features no update or disclaimers warning buyers about severe installation restrictions. Legitimate buyers who change their PC hardware too many times or play on multiple devices find themselves completely locked out of the game they paid for, with zero recourse from official support channels to be able to fix it. So, Tage's Solid Shield DRM, TAGES, is a legacy, and for anyone who doesn't know, DRM, Digital Rights Management, it basically tries to prevent piracy type of stuff. Copyright protection system bundled with the Steam release. The DRM enforces a hard cap of 5 authorized PC activations. and that's it. You don't need to buy 5 brand new computers to hit that limit. Standard system maintenance and hardware changes consume your activations, including, but not limited to, reinstalling your Windows OS, upgrading your graphics card, and attempting to install or launch the game on modern handheld devices like a Steam Deck. The game's original Steam description points to an official website, activate.ea.com/deauthorize, to manage the old machines, because in theory you would be able to go, yeah, I don't have that anymore, take that off my list of authorized machines. However, the link is dead. It simply redirects to the generic EA storefront homepage. EA quietly retired their internal activation reset tools years ago. Players trying to resolve the activation limit exceeded error with customer service reports are being lied to, hung up on, and ultimately told that support staff completely lack the technical capability to reset legacy product keys. I mean, dude. Like, the simple fix here is just fucking remove it. It's from 2011.
Yeah, it's already
just
been cracked.
remove your DRM and call it a day.
Interestingly, the link that you put in here works.
Did they manage to fix this recently?
At least I'm looking at it. It looks like a page from 2002. But I'm able to actually get to the page.
Yeah, but so you could see there's a tool though to download the EA. Yeah, and then it just pulls up your downloads, but doesn't actually download anything.
Yeah, I see that now. That's funny as shit.
So, yeah, this page is old and broken AF. I mean, dude, look at this page. It's got Dead Space, the Crisis Warhead, the first Mass Effect, freaking Spore. For anyone that doesn't know any of those time frames, it's got FIFA 11 and 10 on here, and the big hit, the Medal of Honor remake.
This Dragon Age Origins?
Probably, yeah. Oh, Mercenaries 2. I loved Mercenaries 2. There's some fun games on here, though. Yeah, that's definitely funny. Dragon Age Origins. Oh, man. Yeah, so point being, it's broken. EA is not doing anything about it. You have no recourse to fix it, and they're still selling the game. Now, if something has come out that I missed for this news article, please put it in the comments. But it doesn't look like this is going to be fixed anytime soon.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you could sue them.
Yeah, you could try to sue EA. Better people have tried, and you're going to pay for all your lawyers, and they're just going to give you the $20 back for Dead Space 2.
That depends on when you bought it, right? Let's say you bought it originally when it released on Steam. If you account for inflation, it goes up. That number's big.
Yeah, from 2011. So instead of $60, you get $83.
There's no way. It's not that little.
What do you mean it's not that little? Go look up inflation. Go do your conversion. $60 from 2011 to today's dollars. I wonder how close I got.
You're actually pretty close. About $88.
Hey!
You said 83, which is freaking hilarious.
Dang, man, I got pretty close. Now, to be fair, there is no official fix, but for those of you that are tech savvy, there is out on GitHub a Xether available from a developer named Wemino. How do you any guess? Any guess? But
I mean, I would just go with Wemino at this point.
And so basically, it's just you cracking the game to remove the DRM, by the way, is what this fix is, which you bought it. This is about the most justified time ever to exist for you to crack your own game.
Yep.
Oh, man.
It's stupid.
So, PSA, unfortunately, don't buy Dead Space 2. Oh, God, as much as I love that game. Anyways. Moving on, we've kind of discussed it before, but Windows 11 is rolling out an Xbox mode, and they have begun officially rolling it out, which is a quote Xbox mode shell for Windows 11 PC, with early iterations focused purely on handheld optimizations. However, full releases expand this experience along standard gaming desktops, laptops, and tablets. It was developed internally under the moniker FSE for full screen experience, which, what's the Steam version?
Big screen mode.
Yeah, so they basically just put big screen mode in ChatGPT and said, change this up, but keep it the same.
Give me synonyms.
Which is Microsoft's strategic shift to explicitly brand its Xbox mode and firmly ties it to the feature of their core gaming ecosystem, minimizing consumer confusion. But basically, this is what we talked about, where they know gamers are upset, they don't like the bloat and the overhead, and they want to be able to have better performance in their games. And this is essentially what it does. It instantly converts the operating system user interface into a streamlined full-screen experience. Unlike the console ecosystem, the mode acts as a unified launcher. It aggregates games installed across PC storefronts, and when active, the big thing here, this is the big thing, when active, the system automatically suspends non-essential desktop background tasks and processes, such as Explorer.exe maintenance loops. This directly reduces CPU overhead, resulting in improved overall frame rates and significantly tighter 1% lows, effectively mitigating micro stutters on CPU-bound scenarios.
This will help me so much in WoW. You have no idea.
There you go. Players can dynamically hop between the gaming shell and the standard Windows desktop via Windows plus F11 hotkey, the game bar overlay, or the task view menu, Windows plus tab, without requiring a system reboot, which also a smart decision. So, now, not without its own problems, as during early optimization testing, entering the mode intentionally shuts off secondary external monitors to lock hardware priority and visual immersion entirely onto the priming gaming screen.
No.
They were so close. It was
So
right
close.
there. It was right there. Why?
Right there.
Or at least make it a setting. Like,
Right,
do you
yeah.
want to disable external monitors for extra performance? Yes, no. Okay, cool. Oh, man. The Windows update, it's packaged in Windows optional preview update KB5083631. So for anyone out there looking for it, that's what you're looking for.
You actually said that right.
Thank you. I try. For gamers who want access to it immediately, the feature's hidden OS flags can be manually forced open using third-party open source command line tool, Vive tool, running an elevated command prompt. And I don't need to give out these specific
The rest of it
IDs,
is all
but
coding shit.
yeah, I was like, it exists. You can go do it.
If you're doing it, you're already better than us, and you don't need that anyway. So,
or Microsoft. Anyway.
Ooh.
Anyways, we talked about this. We talked that something like this was probably coming. It's obviously coming ahead of Xbox. I assume they're going to be using this for testing type stuff to optimize it fully for whatever their PC Xbox hybrid in the future will be. So I find this great, and I want more of this, and just fix the monitor thing, and I think we'll be good.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, we're running a little long, so I think this next segment will be our last segment, and we'll do the California bill probably next time. Alrighty, let's get into free period. All right, free period today. I put this, we'll get into Bowie Knife99, but I put him here because we do have a comment about some early releases that have way past this date, but I did find it funny that both Forza Horizon 6 and Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight leaked early at the same time. For Verizon, it was a Steam preload that was available early that you could actually play because the unencrypted files were uploaded. So, if you want to keep things secret, hidden, and available, uploading unencrypted files is probably not the way to do it. And although the game is fully released now, people who did access those early received an 8,000-year ban. So they were banned until December 31st, 9,999. You plan on living that long?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. You're going to get your brain in the robot body?
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on technology, man.
Look, I want my Ghost in the Shell experience, okay? I want my brain in the robot, metallic body shell and be able to do cool things. That's what I want.
I mean, I'm just saying, I have yet to actually feel like I've done everything that I want to do. So here we are.
Yeah, you just want a power button, an internal power button that you're like, yeah, I'm good. And then you have to hold it though. I feel like it has to be a PC power button where you have to hold it for a while for it to shut off. Now the question is, can somebody turn you back on?
I mean, if they try hard enough, I'm usually pretty easy.
Hold on. How can you be pretty easy if they try hard enough? Because I feel like those two statements don't necessarily go together.
That's the point, Plague.
I need you to explain it in great detail right now.
That's a terrible idea. Let's move on.
Anyways, the Lego Batman slip was a completely different slip up, although still the same release, as it became completely downloadable and fully playable on the Xbox consoles 2 weeks ahead of its scheduled release. And unlike the Forza issue, it was caused by an external retail distribution error. Users who pre-ordered a digital copy via Walmart's online storefront were immediately issued live Xbox activation codes, and when they redeemed them on the Xbox dashboard, the system bypassed the pre-launch lock entirely, downloading the final game files and displaying a fully functional, ready to start notification. And once you had that, all you had to do was unplug your Xbox from the internet, and they couldn't take it away from you. Oh, man. Two completely different leaks and early releases in two different styles at the same time. I just find it entertaining the way that this type of stuff happens. So, anyone got to play any of those games early, you were lucky. Now, moving back to some Forza.
You can't get this one right.
Forza Horizon 6. For anyone that doesn't know, has AI driving avatars in the game. This is the type of thing I've been saying AI should be used for, right? Things feel more realistic. They feel more lifelike. They feel more human and natural. Apparently, a little too human and natural, because what is something that online gamers typically do in PvP modes?
Troll.
Heru. They troll. They definitely troll. Well, Microsoft's cloud-based AI agents trained on a specific user with the name Bowie space Knife99, who behaved, people described as an absolute menace. The player intentionally ramming people, swerving erratically, and ignoring racing rules entirely. And I saw at one point, like, one of these avatars, there's a slalom, right? Where you're going down a mountain, so you're having to go back and forth on the track. Bowie just went straight off the edge and was bypassing all the roads, skipping it entirely, which is not something you could do in real life. But anyways, the behavior was uploaded to the cloud and caused the system to be trained on the specific character, aka an AI training poisoning event, which I look, we'll get into it, but I think this is great. Now, should he exist forever? No. Should you probably tone down? No, hold on. Forever? No.
Yes.
But should you probably tone down the amount of times he's in somebody's game? Probably. It should probably be a more rare occurrence, so it can be your celebrity sighting, essentially. Mm-hmm. Because especially, the novelty is fun once. It's interesting twice. It's frustrating the third time. So players reported that Bowie Knife99, to be known as BK99 at this point, from this point forward, will go completely out of its way to ruin races. It aggressively targeted players for pit maneuvers, causing massive pileups of other AI racers, and occasionally flying in from off camera just to secure the win at the last second. The Drive Avatar, I hate this name, has organically evolved into a gaming urban legend, with the community now referring to the AI as the game's ultimate unscripted villain. The lore dictates that the actual human behind BK99 account merely bought the game on launch day and played chaotically, completely oblivious to the fact that thousands of players are now at war with hundreds of their AI clones deployed across the world.
That's hilarious. I love this. And yeah, this is exactly what AI should be used for. And I mean,
can I say one thing though?
Yes.
Why does it use the same avatar name?
Well, I mean, they want it to feel realistic, right? They want it to feel
AI is
like
good enough that it can come up with realistic feeling gamer tags. Okay, it does not.
Yeah. But look, all right. I'm gonna go down a deep rabbit hole here for a second.
Okay, go for it.
And I'm gonna skip a lot of steps.
Okay, I'm on board. I'm ready.
Let's say you play the single player. You run into an avatar, or a drivatar. I don't know anymore.
I don't know. Drivatar,
and you see the name, and that happens over and over and over and over again. And you really enjoy racing against this person. You hop online. You happen to run into that person and immediately become friends and then get married.
Okay, well, the reverse is the actual scenario that's happening, in which players are now actively hunting down BK99 and ramming the Drivatar into the wall and just in general dealing back the punishment that they've been given, calling it justice for all Bowie knife victims. So if poor Bowie is actually playing the game, everybody's now hunting him down.
Sure, but like, just change your name.
Yeah, but now he has to change his name. What if he really likes this? What if this is connected to his dad? Like, what if his dad passed away and the last thing he left to him was his prized Bowie knife from 1999? Right? Now he can't have that name.
Man, we both went deep. Two different directions.
Just saying, my scenario, other than the background of the name, my scenario actually exists. Like, people are hunting down this specific AI drive avatar to take him out.
But are they doing that in multiplayer as well?
I would imagine yes. Apparently, it's part of the meme. How many people participate in things because it's a meme?
I mean, if he really ruins races that badly, I don't think you have a choice but to participate anyways. And if he's still doing that,
but it was trained on him. So what if he's not doing it anymore and he was just having fun the first day and dicking around? He got home from work or whatever, and he's like, I'm just having fun crashing or whatever. And now he goes to actually race, and he's like a freaking car zombie apocalypse where all the cars are trying to chase him down, and he's just going, oh god, what is happening? Why? What did I do? What if this guy's not connected to the internet and has no idea any of this is happening?
There's no way. There's just no way. Eventually, eventually it reaches one of your friends. That friend tells you, you get a good laugh, you change your name. That's what happens. I'm sorry. In a sufficiently adjusted adult, that's what happens.
I disagree. I have a very similar gamer tag on every gaming account out there.
I'm aware.
Okay. What if I go online to whatever game I'm playing and dick around for a while, and now everyone's hunting me down? I don't want to change my gamer tag.
Well,
I've had it for forever.
Fuck around and find out, man.
I'm not trying to mess with other people. The game copied my particular dick around moments.
Well, actually, okay, wait. This
Okay,
is
okay,
valid.
okay.
This is valid. Did he do this in single player mode?
I don't know how the drive avatars fully work, to be fair with you. So I don't know.
Right. So if he did this in single player mode and they just simply uploaded it all, right? And just uploads to the cloud and, trains off of that, then okay, maybe I get it. But if he did all of this in multiplayer mode in the first place, nah.
Oh man. FYI, his account is currently set to private.
As it should be. It's probably for the best.
My
However,
favorite is the official Xbox UK X account posted happy bank holiday Monday to everyone except Bowie Knife99.
okay, so with that tells me that this individual, they probably knew what they were doing.
Well, I mean, lots of people have their Steam accounts on private.
Sure. But I like the fan theories suggesting that the player is either a developer, a beta tester, or a rogue esports driver. Because all three of those are perfect. If it's a developer, it's probably a development account in the first place. If it's a beta tester, it's probably a test account anyways. And if it's a rogue esports driver, it doesn't matter if everybody's hunting them down because they're not going to be as good anyways.
Well, it's an extra challenge, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, other than the name thing, I hope all of that is true. If this is someone's regular, like, actual gamer tag, and it was a dad or someone dicking around, like, that does suck. Like, I feel like changing the name is something that could probably go wrong. But outside of that, I love this. It makes things feel more organic and real, and it gives the community these moments to rally around. This is literally the evil Luigi that Nintendo had a few years back with Mario Kart in Forza Horizon 6. Microsoft is loving this PR. I even saw Capcom make a post about Bowie 99 with Diana from Pragmata.
That's funny.
So this is the type of stuff that I love, and it makes gaming more fun and interesting. So, Bowie Knife99, if you're out there, if you love this type of stuff, keep out there, keep it on, look out. And if you're some innocent dude, you probably should stay offline for a while. Oh, man. All right. We've run pretty long. We'll save the California one for the next course. We'll go over it because it's not going anywhere. Litigation takes forever. But I think that's about all we have time for today. Any last thoughts?
Just one, and that I'm so glad that FH6 moved away from the unlimited rubber banding mechanic.
Rubber band is the worst.
Where it just like forces all the cars that you passed to like catch up to you. Hated that so much. It's one of the main reasons I dropped racing games because and I'm talking like the last racing game I ever played was Need for Speed Underground 2. And because right after that is when that rubber banding mechanic started becoming prevalent, and I was just like, nope, I'm done.
You want to know what my most hated game of all time is?
Is it Need for Speed Underground 2?
No. It's Wheelman.
Never heard of it.
Which is it's literally called Vin Diesel Wheelman. So it was a racing game, obviously with Vin Diesel, for the Xbox 360 era. And it was like 2009. And it had that rubber banding mechanic. And it was cranked up to like Mario Kart levels of rubber banding.
Oh my lord.
And I hated it so much. And I ended up getting it's one of the most pissed off I've ever been at a game. And I ended up beating it, but it was purely out of spite. I hated it so much. Because no matter how well I did, No matter how much I avoided the cops, they would just come shooting out of nowhere, catching up to me. So I 100% agree with you on the rubber banding mechanics. I hated it.
Yeah, I mean, this story alone could be the start of me looking into whether or not I actually want to buy this.
Hey, there you go.
It's been a long time since I've played racing games in general, and I tend to prefer more arcade racing games, but I know Forza Horizon
was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Burnout Revenge was amazing.
Burnout Revenge is good too. Oh yeah, that are old Need for Speed series too, like you mentioned. Oh, dude, there's so many.
The new ones just don't even stack up.
No. Old school.
They try to go too realistic. They moved off of the like super arcadey driving style and tried to move more realistic, and I just hate it.
Look, you've got your Gran Turismo, you've got your Forzas, you've got your various PC racing games if you want realism. All right, give me my fun arcadey racing games.
Give me back my original Need for Speed and my original Burnout Place TY.
Especially with the crash mechanics and the insurance game mini game mode.
Yeah. Yes. God, those were fun.
But you don't need that in Horizon. Gosh, FH6 because you have Bowie Knife99.
True. Oh man. I'm glad we did this again because this was having like 2-3 weeks off that sucked.
Yep. Well, it was never the intention, so.
I know it wasn't, but I mean, here we are.
Yeah, life hits you, right? Anyways,
it does.
All right, people, close your books, pack those bags. That's all we have time for this week, and I hope you enjoy your time off. But if you see Bowie Knife99 in the hallway, make sure you give him the biggest wet willy possible. Maybe a little bit of that wedgie, you got going on. Raise up, put on the coat rack, leave him there for a bit because his antics are too much. And I look forward to your participation next time. Peace.
See ya.